I don't know who this is for. It may be for you. It may even be for me, but it's for somebody. So tune in. Wow, you should really be proud of yourself. That took a lot for you to share that. The fact that you are here and you are sharing this is amazing. I'm so proud that you decided to do this with me. Listen, healing takes time. We probably die unhealed, but as long as we start doing the work.
Y'all came back. Y'all really came back. I'm so grateful for y'all. Thank y'all so much. Y'all already know how we do. Before I get into introducing my next guest, y'all already know how I feel about God, so let's go ahead and pray. Father God, in the name of Jesus, I thank you so much for today. God, I thank you so much for everything that you're going to do in this conversation. I thank you so much for allowing me to be the vessel, God. I thank you so much for healing and growth in our community. God, I thank you so much for the tough work. I thank you for seeing the blessings. God, I thank you so much for the dark times so that we get to see the light times. God, I thank you so much for all of these things. It's in your mighty name we pray, amen. Y'all, so y'all know that I'm now a part of the lock community. And the reason why my hair always looks so bomb is because of my next guest, Egypt. She's in the building. Y'all, she said this is her first podcast. So I am excited about busting her podcast cherry. So she's here. Egypt, I'm so happy you are here.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm excited to be here.
I knew I had to have you on because of how our conversations go when you do my hair.
At the shop.
It is like, I don't think people understand the level of depth that our conversations carry. And you always be like, ever since I asked you to be on the podcast, you be like, no, save this.
Right. I'm like, don't talk. Come and get your hair shampoo. Don't say nothing.
But it's so hard because we can say one thing and then it goes so deep, so quick. And I think it's very easy for it to happen because of our spirits and because we're both on a specific journey. So it's kind of parallel. Our journeys are kind of parallel to each other. So it's easy to have deep. I don't think we've ever had a surface conversation. I mean, even when we first met, I was crying in your chair.
Yes, that was what I was going to say. I was going to say, like, literally the first time you came in, it was great energy, and it just felt like home. It also felt like just authentic. Yeah. I don't think that there was anything behind coming in there and just really looking for a place to be able to get serviced, but also not feeling like it was going to be weird. Yeah. And so I think that I have always provided space like that for my guests.
Yes. You do.
And it was very unintentionally.
Yes.
But intentionally, because I haven't worked in a lot of spaces that I can really say, girl, I had to deal with this, I had to deal with that.
Yeah.
I have been intentional about the people that I put in my space when it is time for me to do hair. And then when I first started, they took me in and it was ghetto as fuck. Yeah. Right? Yeah. But at the same time, it was what I would say how you learned how to it was a cherry popping situation. Yeah. Nobody taught me, nobody held my hand. It was like, this what we doing. And also, if you want to do what you can, but if you feel the need to be different, you can do that too. They allowed that. Wow. And I've always been
freedom.
And just primarily very not like everybody else. Yeah. But always trying to fit in that space, right? You know, it can be uncomfortable when you are fighting who you are, but you're trying to show up as something other than that,
we
right?
We talked about that. Mm-hmm.
And I always want to fit in. I always want to be able to blend, but also have a certain part of, I talk with my hands like, I don't know.
We both do. It's okay. That's how we do. Fuck
it's
it.
Like,
we here now. Bitch, if you put your hands...
Put your hand... The hell? But no, really. I think that it's important to be able to give that.
Yeah.
Because I was allowed that, because I've always been fighting in this place where I wanted to blend but also stand out.
How the fuck do you do that? That is an impossible.
It's very...
You want to blend in, but you also want to stand out. Like, how the fuck, like, how would you even do that? I don't know how I would do that, Egypt.
I think
I think we can blend in by being empathetic to other people, right? Starting conversations and being empathetic. But we stand out because we're also doing that same fucking thing.
I think that our genetically we do that.
Yeah.
I don't think that it's a thing like, you know, so it can be overkill if you're doing it purposefully.
Yeah.
But when you just naturally do it, you can really blend and still stand out.
Yeah.
I think that that's what I do ordinarily, like just basically. I'm coming into a place and I'm trying to just be chill.
Yeah.
Listen, I don't want to do too much. I say it to myself, you know, we do the Issa Rae thing. We talk, we hype ourselves up in the mirror, when we're not in the mirror, whatever, right?
Yeah.
But we have to feel comfortable when we leave out. I think that's a part of what we wear.
Yep.
How we speak, our tone, our dialect. And because I said I was gonna come in this motherfucker and not do, but seriously, okay. But it is a part of how you want people to perceive you.
Egypt, when I walked into your shop that day, I knew when I walked before I even sat in your chair, because I think I was early. So you don't have to wait when you come into. It's so intimate and beautiful, and it always smells good, right? But when I walked in, I was just like, because I this is a new journey for me. This is a new thing. This shit is permanent. I'm not used to permanent things with my hair. So my anxiety levels are already up. I can't believe that I had just did this. Shout out to Tinslin for the install. I love you so much. But I'm also
you did a
like,
good job, girl.
Exactly. So I'm also like, I don't know this fucking lady, but I like her already, right? And I told you I liked you because when I went to your page, I saw you standing, you're on top of the counter in the bathroom with your middle finger up, and your outfit was so cute. I was like, this is my fucking person. I love this lady, right? And so when I walked in, I was just like,
what is this going to be?
No, I felt relief.
Oh, nice.
Like I literally felt, because my anxiety levels were so high. And then I felt relief because I told you at that time I was in the process of starting this journey that I'm on now. I hadn't even started the journey, but I told you about it. Remember, I was like, I'm about to start something in my life. I'm about to start another journey. I don't know what that's going to look like, but I know my hair will be a really big part of it. And I've never taken care of my hair. I've always got it colored. I've always let people do it. I've never even learned how to do my own hair, but this time I want to be a part of my journey. I want to be a part of my hair journey. And when I sat in your chair and I started to tell you the story about, my journey, you was like, girl, your hair you have to just love it at every stage. And you was like, it's so beautiful already. And I felt like it was not beautiful. And when you said that, you said it's going to be a process, but we're going to go through it. You said I could show you how to do it, or you could do it at home, or you can come in here and I can do it for you. And I told you, no, this is your problem now. Like, this is your thing now. This is not
good problem.
Yeah, this is not for me. It's for you. And every time that I've come into your shop, it has been such a refreshing, experience, because I am offended by small talk. And we never have small talk, at all, even about food, what we eat, it's always so meaningful. And that matters to me now in this journey. And I know it matters to you in your journey too, because of the journey that you're on. You are so deep into wellness. You not only do hair. How long have you been doing hair, first of all?
I'll reveal my age. So I used to do hair in my mother's basement. Crazy story. When I was 10. That was the first time I started taking clients. I used to braid hair. I would have my clients come do bob braids,
Are you
little pixies
serious?
at 10 years old, because my mother didn't do hair. And so I grew up in the braiding salons. Back then, those were not a thing. Like, it made sense to get relaxers. It made sense to have your hair straightened, to not be culturally inclined. My parents gave me that, right? I was going to a place, shout out to Cornrows and Company. They are the pioneers of like the natural hair care game. Starting out in the early 80s, 70s probably. I don't know. I started going in the early 80s and would get my hair done. There's another lady that used to do Stevie Wonder's hair, my Aunt Fauna. But anyway, so 10, I would say.
Wow.
I did not continue because I was being taken advantage of. Back then, I was doing hairstyles for $40, $50. A whole head all day.
Oh my God, Egypt.
$40, $50, right? And so that was enough for me to go to the go to the corner store, buy my little capri leggings, get, a little moo-moo. That was what was in back then. Maybe I was a tad bit older, maybe a little older than 10. I equate a lot of things to 10. I don't know what that is. But that was the era. And then I didn't know how to speak up for myself and say, hey, I want to get paid more. So I just stopped doing it because I saw the value in, I knew what I was charging was too cheap, but I didn't want to say, listen, I'm valuable. You got to pay me more or you got to go somewhere else. So I just stopped doing it. I picked it back up in my early 20s when I started my own natural hair care journey. 2000. I've been locked for 24 years.
Wow.
Or so. Yep. So that was when I started. But professionally in 2000.
Okay.
My mother allowed me to do hair in her basement again. And I'm like, oh my gosh. Those prices were a lot more. Not much more though, honestly. And so it got to the point where I didn't want to continue to have all of these random people coming into our house. And I had the opportunity I used to work around the corner at Union Temple. And one of the little girls that that was in my camp, in my class was like, ooh, girl, my mother got a salon around the corner. You want to get a booth? I was like, what this little girl know about? I said, your mother. Your mother who? How old is your mother, little girl? And so that was where I started. Salon Exquisite on Martin Luther King. Her mother did have a chair open for me. I went around the corner, knocked on the door, and the mother was like, girl, you want to start yesterday? Come on. And so I worked there for 5 years. And then after that, I opened up my own salon on Georgia Avenue and was there for about 10 years or so.
And now you are at Black and Forth, and it's such a beautiful space. I love it so much. And I told you this whenever you did my hair, I'm like, every time I'm in here, it's always somebody coming in here that know me. You know so many people.
Or is it that you know so many?
I don't know. I told you I don't know so many people. I just was like, every time I come in here, it's like, hey, Sherelle. I'm like, oh my God, who is this? How am I supposed to know this person? But it's so crazy because I'm just meeting you, but we know a lot of the same people. But I found you because when Angel posted you, this is when I knew that I had to do it. Angel posted that you were now occupying the space. And when I went to your page, I was like, oh my God, she does locks. Is this a sign? Like I wasn't ready, but I was ready. But I also knew that I wanted somebody that will have longevity, that I will have longevity with. Not somebody that just, because this was important to me. It's still very important to me. And so when I went to your page and I saw that picture, I said, okay, this is what it is, right? But then I also saw that you are into fitness. And I was like, how crazy is this? Right? How crazy is this? And I'm like, I have to get to know this lady. Just like, not just like with hair, but with everything, because it's something about you that I'm supposed to be connected to. And so when I came to you, I was like, this is it. Like, Egypt is my person. Like, Egypt is my hair person, and Egypt is gonna be my friend. Like, I that's what I have a long history of making people my
Friends,
telling them that they're gonna be my friend.
Listen, this is what you need. So I think that we've been healing ourselves since we've been kids.
Yes,
we unintentionally put people in our spaces to make us uncomfortable or to grow us, right? Or to challenge us.
I was just about to say, we challenge each other in our conversations.
Yeah.
Like, and that's what I love, because I'll be like, Egypt, I don't agree with that. And you'll be like, for real, why? And then you'll say the same.
Let's talk about it.
You'll say the same thing to me, and I'm like, and we'll show each other another way of thinking about something. Even if we don't agree, it's like, oh, okay, I see that. And you don't get too many people that can have healthy conversations like that. It's very hard to have conversations like that with people who aren't self-aware.
Aware, open-minded. I guess that's pretty much the same thing.
Yeah.
But so yes, I think that so I always felt like if a person made me feel weird when they were sitting in my chair, I didn't know what it was. But I knew that I didn't want to finish the relationship. I felt like I was talking to one of my friends, and I was like, now that I'm trying to brand myself and be more intentional about what Egypt or Me wellness is and what I can provide, I want a reciprocal relationship with all of my guests. And she was like, you're not going to get that. They're coming to you for a service. How do you think, or she didn't say, how are you won't get it, but how are you going to be reciprocated for somebody that's coming to have a service done by you? Like, you provide something for them. The exchange is money. And then what? Like, how? And so I was like, I beg to differ. Like, if they can't give me something, don't sit the fuck in my chair.
Yeah.
Really, like, I think that we need to be more intentional about the way that we position what we spend so much time on throughout the day. I spend so much time in that shop, right? And so to sit there and be empty and be useless when it's coming back, it is more draining than anything, right? And so I can have a surface level conversation with a person. I don't know how far it's going to be with our relationship and how long they're going to be able to be there, because that is fake, right? I don't do fake well.
Yeah.
And so when she said that, it was like, that's her opinion, but that is my goal. My goal is to feel like when I'm done, I feel full, and the person that has sat in my chair feels like that, not only because they feel good based on how they look now, but I'm dropping something. I'm filling their mind up with something. And initially it was to educate people on their hair, to educate people on what they're doing, what they're using in between me, to be able to be useful to yourself. Like, the goal in life is to be sustainable, right? Self-sustainable. Yeah. To be able to have a guide, say, ooh,
you good.
Have a guide, and be able to function on your own, not to have to continue to be forced to call somebody for something, right? And so I think largely, just even if you're thinking wide in the spectrum of life, right? The goal is to have friends that can teach you how to function on your own, and not to be so codependent on what they
can do,
value you as, and you hearing that, and then it kind of repels, and you're saying, that is a great validation, and I need to have that, because what? And if I don't get, what if you don't get it? Yeah. Then what?
Well, I'm gonna tell you like this. I'm not gonna be useful to myself at home with my hair. I'm not. I've tried.
No. So you stand to be corrected. You called me. I got to shampoo my hair. I got
I did. Yes, that was. I didn't even do it. Black and Gabby did it. I didn't touch.
Shout out to the family.
Let me tell you something. I did not do that at all. I didn't
guess
do
what you did?
any of it.
You guided them. You went. You got the shampoo. So
You
everybody
right.
played a
so
part
you
in
did.
it.
You are teaching. You are teaching. I don't want to do it. Let me just say this. I
That's
don't want
different.
to do it. Yeah, I don't want to do it. You know why? I enjoy sitting and getting my hair shampoo because I've never had a shampoo like you shampoo. You don't use your nails. You
No,
you
that's
use
insane.
Your,
You're not taught that.
And it is a shampoo experience like I've never. It is really a spiritual thing. I'm like, and no, not even when you shampoo. When you go in to see what I've done when I was away from you, I'm like, oh God, it started. It's an experience already. Right? When you do the assessment, the spa is like a luxury spa.
All right, Cole. Stay focused.
Y'all, I hope y'all are tuned into the YouTube because Egypt is crazy. It starts the experience already. You know what I'm saying? And I really love that. So one of the conversations we had, no problem. One of the conversations we had was that you knew me before I knew you. And that something I did inspired you. And that made me feel so good. You know what I'm saying? And also it made me feel good to know that no matter what, because I know people hear stuff about me from people. The DMV is so small, right? And I told you, I'm like, you're probably going to either hear that I was a bitch to somebody or that I was really sweet and kind. And believe both.
Believe it both.
Believe both. The core of me, my heart, everybody knows who I am. I'm fun, whatever, you know. And the people that may say I'm a bitch, 9 times out of 10, they don't know me, right? They don't know me. Oh, they probably experienced me through someone else's story, right? And when you said to me, you said, I want to experience you on my own.
Yeah. I'm not going to allow anybody to force me to take on how they feel about you based on their opinion. That's their shit.
Yeah.
That's not mine. And I do that overall.
Yeah.
It's important for me to get what I'm going to get from a person one-on-one.
Yeah.
Because what you tell me, what a person can tell me makes me have a preconceived notion about who they are. And I want to be able to develop how I feel about you on my own.
Yeah. I appreciate that, you know, and you and I had that conversation. I do the same thing. Like somebody can tell me, oh girl, she da-da-da-da-da and da-da-da-da. But let me find this out because she may not treat me the way she treated you.
And people don't. That's the thing. We have so many parts of us. We don't display all of those parts to everybody
because we don't feel safe. We don't feel safe to pull those layers back. Because what are you going to do with this information? How are you going to use this information that I'm giving you about me? Because my information about myself is very sacred to me now that I'm older and I cherish and I value who I am. The information and the ways and the my personality and my characteristics, those are very valuable to me. So when I display those to you, how are you going to use these? You know what I'm saying? Are you going to take advantage of me? Are you going to, what are you going to do? You know, and so you have to feel safe with people in order to pull those layers back, to show them who you are. And sometimes you just are guarded with people. Like, you're not going to get the same Sherelle you see on Instagram in person if I don't feel safe with you.
Yeah.
It's easy for me to be that Sherelle on Instagram because I'm probably in the privacy of my home with people I love. I'm probably with my good girlfriends. So I'm putting up this video of me laughing and dancing and talking shit. So I feel safe, even though it's going out into the world where I'm doing it at, I'm safe in that space. So if I see you and you think that you're going to get that same Sherelle, your energy, my energy and your energy is not matching. So I'm not. So that means that I'll probably be a bitch in your eyes because I'm not giving you the Sherelle you thought was on Instagram. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? On social media.
You make a good point. That's a good point.
And that's just what it is. And I yes, believe both of those things because they're probably true. I don't ever say, girl, I ain't do that to her. I probably did.
I did some shit last night. I had to go back through my phone like, Delete, 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 delete. Oh, my sister sent me a picture. I was like, who is that person? She's dangerous. Nah, for real. And then it was just like, okay. Now I remember. It's like, what's that movie? I can't remember, but you know how you got to go back and be like, dang, and then connect the dots?
Yes. Like Hangover.
Hangover.
Yes. You got connected.
I had to connect the dots. Kind of, sort of, but sometimes I feel like also when we are deprived of things that fill us, that make us feel good, that give us the comfort, then if you don't know that you're going to get it again or when the next time you're going to do it, you overindulge.
You overindulge. Oh my God, Egypt. So bad.
Yeah,
overindulge
over
and you
top.
make yourself fucking sick.
Yeah, you overindulge. And this is with anything.
Yes.
This is because the addiction or the wanting more of it, not the addiction, but the urge or the feel to want more.
Yes.
You pulling it in. And so it's like I'm going to have all of this until I'm sick.
Yes, until I
can't take no more, until I can't have no more. So I did that last night. Largely, it was just my sister and I just having fun. We haven't spent a lot of time together lately because we've just been so busy. Our lives are different. But it was really good. And when she sent me the picture, I was like, oh, that nigga. Foolish.
that nigga over and fucking. Why you doing your
But seriously, I think that also coming into this space, you'll get portions of me that are like that, and then some portions that are not like that.
Yeah. What I love about you, Egypt, is that when I come into your shop, I can almost always tell when you're not fully okay. And we had a conversation. I think it was my second hair appointment. And you told me, you said, sometimes I don't feel well, like not just physically, but just like I'm just in a space because we're fucking human, right? And I have to put on a mask because I have to provide a service. I can't bring that shit in here. And okay, so you told me that, and that stayed with me, right? Because I made a mental note. That when I go get my hair done, Egypt may or may not be in the space to be who I seen the last visit. So I want to create a space for her within her own space for her to feel free enough to not have to wear that mask and to feel whatever it is that she's fucking feeling, because yes, I'm a client, but I'm also a feeler as well. And we are in the healing space. And so as healers, we need people that are going to be protectors around us in order for us to continue the work that we have to do. And so, I don't know, God is so amazing, and he allows me to just feel the energy. And so some days I'm like, hey girl, how you doing? And you walking fast.
Checking the temperature.
Yeah, you.
I always.
You walking fast. You walking fast, and the days where you don't like look me in my eye, I'm like, she's not okay. So I'm like, you sure you good?
I never noticed that.
Yeah,
like if I'm moving like boom, 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 trying to get to one thing.
Yeah. So if you are in a space where you like, I'm good, then I can tell. I can always tell, and I don't know. And we literally just met each other in December, and so I always want to make it safe for you to just fucking feel, because you don't have to wear that mask with me, right? I don't require that. I don't require you to wear this mask while you're trying to do my hair. Feel however you're going to feel, because I already know that your mind is already programmed to do my hair without... You're not going to fuck my hair up, because this is what you do. Naturally, your brain knows what to do with my hair. So I'm not afraid that if you're in the mood, you're going to fuck my hair up. That's not, because that's not your spirit. So at this point, it's not even about how you going to do my hair. It's just that I want you to work through whatever it is you got going on, because I'm sure you got more people in the day, and I don't want you to feel like you got to wear this mask with me. Like, if I'm in there, I possibly can help you to relieve some of this fucking pressure that you had from the night before or whenever. And so that's why I always be like, you sure you okay? And then you be like, huh.
Girl.
Like, I don't want to talk about this, but I already know that you about to
talk about it.
Let's talk about it, girl. Take the mask off here. Hand me the mask, girl. Give me the mask. I'm going to put it right over here. And you can pick it back up later if you want, but you don't got to wear it with me. And so, and then when I'm leaving my appointment, you totally different. Your energy is completely different.
And so you make a very good point. Also, it just got in my head that I have manifested what it is that I want in my clients. How I was saying that I wanted a reciprocal relationship with them.
Yeah.
And look how you take care of me. And I didn't know, well, kind of, sort of, but not like a every time. I don't think that it's on my mind, but it's great to feel like somebody is taking care of you, even when the posture is different. You coming in there, I'm supposed to be taking care of you, but you looking out for me. And I have manifested that in my client, in you, right? And so I don't even know how many other people feel that same way about being tender like that when they're coming to sit down. I think that you already have like this auntie motherly spirit when you coming through the door anyway. She thinks she's older than me. She's not.
I am not older than you at all.
But it is that I feel like I look forward to when you're coming. I look forward to when a lot of my guests come, because I have built that relationship with them where I want it to be, whereas there is a energy exchange and it feels good. So I feel full and they feel full, or we're empty when we leave. I've gotten that off my chest. I don't have to continue to think about it because I'll spiral with thoughts. And I feel that safety. You know, I've always, from day one, it was safe. I never felt like this would, like, what the fuck is this? I don't think about that with anybody that comes to my chair, because I know that if that's the case, it won't continue. The creator won't allow those types of people to penetrate that space. I've never really had that issue with friends, and if it is that, then they kind of fall by the wayside, so I don't have to worry about that. But I'm thankful because when you come in, it is a temperature checking thing initially, like, how are you, how you feeling, and then
because we gonna spend some time.
I'm like, or I feel good, and it's like, you know what, this is what I want to talk about. I'm feeling creative. We kind of like bounce ideas off of each other, or like, you know what, I was thinking about this and that when you were telling me about your because you two do wellness. It's like, oh my gosh, we have so many things in common, like you mentioned before, but also not replacing time with money. Not initially. My profession is replacing time with money. If I don't work, I don't get paid. And so I'm just like trying to reroute that. And then you were saying, you used to do these teas, boop, 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 and then the opportunity, and I'm just sitting on it, and it just feels really good to be able to create thoughts with somebody else that's creative. Somebody else, create thoughts with somebody else that is into or understands what it takes to be able to be well. And that's getting up and also being hella thankful. Things could be very different.
Very extremely different.
Things could be we could not even really be here doing this, right?
At all.
And so having the space to show gratitude, to not be scared of what that looks like. Because I'm just like, who could be myself today? Who am I gonna be? But no, for real, it's just like you take a stand to say, be who the fuck you be, however you feel.
However you feel.
It's like, I don't get that often because I am the person that's always saying, be how you want to be.
Yeah.
Welcome to Content Incubator HQ, a creative's paradise. Content Incubator HQ is a content creation studio located in Lanham, Maryland. Are you ready to elevate your content through storytelling? Learn more about our studio amenities and membership packages at contentincubatorhq.com. Follow us on all social platforms. We can't wait to host you soon. And remember, you are the content.
You know, we were talking the other day, and it's so many things that I love about you. And when you talking and I start laughing, you always be like, what? Because you know I'm about to say something. And we were talking about something, and I started cracking up laughing. And you was like, what? I was like, Egypt, it's so crazy that you are so self-aware. Remember that conversation? You are so self-aware. And sometimes you choose fucking violence.
I love it. And you said you do too. Oh. It's like, no, for real. Seriously. Get serious.
Egypt, we hollered.
Why?
We
Why
hollered.
why do we choose? It was like, for a second, I feel good to choose it.
Choose violence. Yeah, it feels good, right?
And a follow up on the choosing.
Yes. When that adrenaline wears off, it's painful when it wears off because you're like, damn it. Now I gotta apologize. I gotta make this shit right.
I don't want to make it right. Let me sit a little longer in the violent. Nobody puts baby in the corner.
Ever, nobody. But it's so hard. That's why I said that healers need protection. Because we are always pulling the greatness out of people or showing them what they need to do and ourselves. And so sometimes there's a crack and that violence slipped through that crack and it's dangerous for us.
Deadly.
Because we are so powerful and so mighty. And so that violence doesn't translate. And I'm not talking about like killing or anything.
Physical
we're talking
violence,
about emotional, mental, right? And so when it happens, it is mean.
It's mean. It's very mean. It is mean. It's mean-spirited.
Yes.
And the fact that you like it, because we're always taught to be positive, right? That's bullshit. I think that being aware is more important than being positive.
Yes.
Because understanding that you don't feel good, understanding that I kind of want to sit in not feeling good is a great way to be. Just not stuck.
Yeah,
just
you
don't
can't
stay
stay
there.
stuck.
Right.
You got to feel that shit in order for you to understand how to continue to heal. Because we run from feelings. People run from feelings, but I think with us, we really do feel everything, even if it's that violence for that little bit of time. And I was telling you how I used to be with Black. I would choose that violence, and that thing would be so heavy and thick, and it would feel so good. But this the thing, I would be on the outside of myself, looking at myself like, no, stop, stop. And I'm like, nah, this shit feel good. But my other, like, stop, don't do, Sherelle, stop, don't do, look at him. You feel sorry for him. Look at him over there looking sad.
Why? No, for real. And it just be like, why you doing that? That shit is crazy.
You are wild as shit for this.
You wild.
And that's what I love, because you are aware of this shit. You see yourself acting wild and you refuse.
I like it here. And then trying to fix the problem becomes the problem.
Yes.
Because it becomes a part of your character. Then it's like, fucking straighten up.
Yeah.
Do it the right way so that you don't have to go back behind yourself afterwards.
Yes.
Be intentional at the beginning. So pause. Like, we were talking the other day and you were like, I saw you talking through the way that you were feeling through the phone.
Yeah.
And then it was like, yeah. So feeling that, understanding where that comes from, and knowing that that wasn't always the way that you took the route to start off being.
Exactly.
Is growth in itself.
Yes.
It is, it's powerful because you're aware, you're making the initiative to not be to be a different part of who you are.
Yes.
The violence, choosing her, she's still there.
Yeah, she's there.
She's still there.
Yes, she is. She's sitting. I mean,
lurking.
On a stool, just swinging her feet.
Swinging her feet like, ooh,
my stool real tall, so she's swinging.
Dangling
like, what we doing? I'm ready. And sometimes I see that bitch put her foot down like,
ready to butt.
Yeah. Like,
ready to go forward. Yeah.
And it seemed crazy, but that is real. It's a real thing. And yes, before I would not stop her from getting off that goddamn stool. Matter of fact, I pulled a stool.
It's like on a swing when you swing it and then you just jump off that joint. You like
Phoenix.
Here goes. Done. Yes. Ain't no stopping it.
Yes. And I'm just like, you know what? At this point in my life, I realized that feeling that I felt, that good feeling that I felt of choosing the violence and choosing to be mean was not a part. I could not take it with me when I wanted to grow. Like, it couldn't happen so often anymore. Like, if it happened every now and then it'll happen, but it won't last as long. Because say I do it, that shit will probably last for 2-3 days. Now it may last for an hour, maybe 5 minutes. You know what I'm saying? So like you said, it's still there, but I'm decreasing the amount of time that is there. So I'm not fully healed from it. And I don't know if I'll ever be fully healed from that. You know what I'm saying?
It's like, go ahead.
I don't know if I'll ever fully be healed, but it's, I'm working on that. Let me ask you this. What is the biggest thing that you are working on healing, not as far as business, but just you as Egypt? What is the biggest thing that you feel like you're working on healing from?
The biggest thing. So many things. It's so many things. I think honesty.
Yeah.
The biggest thing that I am working on. Did you say healing? Healing from, I think you have healed when you have transitioned, meaning death.
Yeah.
Honestly. I think that healing or being there, like feeling like content with who you are as a person, you have levels to that, right? Sometimes it's like, oh, okay, today I feel really good. Tomorrow maybe not so much. But just being honest with who I am, what I've done, the things that I have, the things that I've done throughout my life, the things that have caused other people pain, the things that have changed lives, and just being honest about how I'm feeling. It's like we subconsciously say, how you feeling? Oh, I'm good.
Yep.
That's a lie.
Yep.
Most people don't say, I feel fucked up today.
Yeah.
If somebody asks you, because you don't want to
appear weak.
You don't want to appear weak.
Or you don't want nobody
You don't
in your
want to talk about, or you don't even want to feel me when I'm feeling like that. Part of it is me not wanting to burden somebody else. Like I'm always so thoughtful of everybody else's shit that I act like I don't have feelings. I make people think that I don't have feelings. It's like, please don't squeeze the Charmin. But on the outside, I'm a person that people don't even really ask, how are you? Right? And so that's what I would say the biggest thing. And dealing, I would say, so honesty, because at one point, you know how you compartmentalize. You can go a very long time through your life thinking, behaving, telling your mind that this didn't happen. These things didn't happen. These things don't make you feel a certain way. when they do, right? But honesty brings it out. Awareness brings it out. It forces you to deal with those things. So a part of my just routine in the mornings, I'm working out, I'm moving around. I am doing those things to feel good because so often I don't, right? But you would never know because it's this mask. You got to take care of the kids. You got to take care of your family. You got to take care of people when you go to work. And so you're not even allowed to feel like yourself. I'm really actually learning who I am recently, like within the past 3 years or so, 4-ish years. But it all ties back to being honest. Who are you? Who are you? What have you done? How can you be better regularly?
When you think about who you are, what are the thoughts that come to your mind? Like when you think about, when you think about who you are, outside of being a mom, outside of being a business owner, when you think about those things, what comes to mind?
Now, somebody that is has control over themselves, powerful. Before, it would probably be too difficult. I'm just a regular. I'm good. I am.
You think you're regular?
Before.
Okay.
Before I think it, or I wouldn't think about it, about who I am. I didn't know how to separate what I did with who I am. Right now I understand that, because I thought it was stupid. I thought it was lame. And when I say it, meaning being powerful, being a healer, being Egypt, right? Yeah. I never really wanted to live up to that name, I think. And it's hard. It is it's hard when you don't really know who you are. Yeah. When you have taken on what you do and what other people perceive you as your identity, instead of developing that on your own. It goes all the way back to when your parents ask you, what do you want to be? When your teacher asks you, what do you want to be? And people say what their friends are saying. People saying what they think is cool. Yeah. They're not saying it really thinking about.
Like what they feel. Like I feel like I want to be this. You only do it based on your surroundings.
Nobody says queen. I want to be a queen. I want to be a king. I want to be an empress. They don't use those words. You saying what do you want to be when you get older? They use it as a profession. Nobody is teaching you how to separate what you do from who you are, right? Yeah. And so I am just learning how to do that based on revelations, based on who I have learned to be because of who I've been for so long. Which is, I don't even know who that person is. Yeah. It is how people perceive me. It is a stylist. It is a mother. I'm still peeling layers back. So that for you to ask me that question, I was really stuck, honestly. There go that honesty again. Fucking bullshit. But it's real,
But
right?
You need that, though. You have to have that. You've told yourself that you want to heal. And the way that you have to do that is to be honest with yourself. And then every time you hear yourself being honest with yourself, you're like, fuck.
Yeah, it's scary.
Yeah.
Oh, I question it.
Yeah.
So being so unsure, questioning, or having people around you where you have to be validated, where you got to call and say, hey, what you think about this? Yeah. And then if they don't think that it's this way, then you retreat. Navigate based on what somebody else is saying. That's insane. Yeah. But it's largely how a lot of people move.
How does the thought, because you are an entrepreneur and a mom, and you are an entrepreneur in more than one space. You do wellness, you train physically. How does any form of failure affect you? Like, yeah, how does it affect you?
Harshly. I think that I didn't even know that I was a perfectionist until I started noticing that I wasn't doing things based on it not feeling perfect to me. You know, you hear the saying, just do it because do it until you get it right. Just start, right? My start is it has to be perfect. And a lot of me, the way that I am, the way that I see things are backwards. So I don't see a way to steps to getting to a point. I'm already there. I'm at the point. So I'm successful. I have a business. I'm doing this and doing that. Then I want to buy all of the things or the pieces that is gonna take to
Make it successful.
And so that is I don't know if that's the right way to be, but it's the way that I am. And I failed at a lot of things. And so now I would say, I'm not scared of failure. I know what it feels like. I know what it feels like to feel like a failure as a person, right? But I also know what it feels like to have tried things and it didn't work out. I'm working on, it's crazy that you even asked that question. I'm working on being okay with things being failure and then fixing, or just start.
Yeah.
So, to your answer, to give you an answer, harsh. It affects the way that it can alter my day. It can make me feel very funky, but then I have to fix it. I'm all the way down to it's lumps in this cream of wheat. That shit got to be done all over again. It's like I can become OCD with it, or just never mind. But it is always to do my best. And if it doesn't work, then I beat myself up in my head about it. But I have to, these last few years, it's like things could be a lot worse. So if it's lumps in the cream of wheat, all right, you could not be eating cream of wheat.
Also, the way we treat ourselves, we have to take a really deep look at that, because then we preach to our kids to be a whole other way, and we don't display that other way. And I know our kids, these kids, don't lead by just what you.
They wild. That's it. Next question. I don't want to talk about them kids. It's like,
No, we have to really lead by example, because they watch everything that we do. And they're not doing what we say do. They're doing what they see us do. And so in order for us to get anything that we want out of them, we have to continue to not be fucking trash. And continue to do self-work, and continue to not choose violence, because Lord knows they watching. Every step of the fucking way, these kids are watching, and they're mimicking. They're saying what we saying. They're doing what we doing, and they not letting up. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying that we have to grow because of them, but I'm saying that they are a reason, one of the bullet points to fucking grow. You know what I'm saying? I want to talk about the fitness real quick. How did you get into, because everything you do, it's not even really fitness, it's just wellness. You do a class. How did you get into that wellness space, the physical wellness space?
Physical as in movement.
Like the fitness, yeah.
I had my daughter, and I was like, well, I had my daughter, I had my son, and I had my son. But every time that I had them, the goal was to look like I didn't have children, at least by their first birthday. That in my mind, I'm like, that's how I'm going to look. This is what I want to do. And so I challenge myself. So starting off after a few months after I've had the kid, after I've had my children, I make it is important to me to look a certain way, right, after I've had them. But this last time COVID was happening, we were just all in a very different place. And I felt like I didn't even know when I first started, after I had her, that it was going to be a continuation of things. It was just, stuff just started to like happen. And it was like, damn, this is crazy that I am doing all the things that I need to do to like
be well.
To be well. So often, or a large part of my life stopped. I froze it. I put it away because I didn't want to feel these things. And this was 20 some odd years ago when my father passed. And it was to not have to feel the pain. It is, don't think about it. Don't think about it. Don't talk about it. That way, maybe I know that it happened, but sitting in it is not going to bring him back. It's not going to fix it. It's not going to make people feel sorry for you. They're not going to treat you different because he's no longer here. So suck it up and move on. Or don't even suck it up, because that's holding your breath. It's like,
Yeah.
live life and act like something that it didn't happen. But I didn't realize that a part of the physical fitness was me healing myself.
Because you was holding on to that for a long time.
What?
That basically holding your breath, like not being healed. You know what I'm saying? And so,
I was too scared. Remember I told you, I was like, don't turn no gospel music on. I don't want to hear nothing about no saint nothing. Don't say the word heal. Don't say goddess. Don't say queen. Don't say, some of those things were very triggering. And I had to figure out why. Like, why do I want to place how this person really views me? Because it's a lie. When somebody say good morning queen, or how you doing beautiful, well, I'm like, why lie? Isn't you just gonna lie like that? I didn't had placed that much value on myself, if I can even say that and not sound crazy.
No, that's good. That's good.
Yeah, so many people, I think that I am a certain kind of way, and really I'm not, right? So I didn't know. I didn't know how to really feel about myself. So hearing those things for me, they were triggers. And through therapy, I understood now that it's going to take me back to an emotion that I blocked, because it may take me back to thinking about my father. Spirituality is going to take me back to that. So don't give me that. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to feel it, because I feel, right? I feel like I used to drive myself crazy, because I'm like, you see that? That nigga acting weird. And then it is called you overthinking it. You doing too much. You thinking too much into that. And it's like, I can't stop it. Right? But it is really a true feeling that I I snipped off just so that I didn't have to feel. Because it would take me back to how hurtful it felt for me to feel when he died. But it was everything that I had been placed in these situations every single time in life, even near death situations, to turn around and be like, oh my God, thank you.
It brought you right back. Like every you can't even run from it. Because you have such a large calling on your life, and you have such a big assignment. And I think I attract people like that. I know I have to. But you have such a big assignment that you can't run far.
Mm-hmm.
You can't run far. You can run,
but you can't hide. I've been running for 20 some odd years, right? I've been running.
You may feel like you're going somewhere, but you probably running in fucking place.
In circles.
Yes.
In circles.
Yes.
I'm driving myself crazy.
Yes.
And guess what?
Making yourself fucking dizzy.
Do you think God? Never mind. I ain't even I'm gonna ask that when the mic is not here. You think God be like, bitch, get it together? Was that a bad question? Oh.
No, I'm sure.
No, you think he be like, positive. Do you hear that in your head when he be like, get it together?
Egypt.
Listen. Or she. Is God a girl or
listen,
God a man?
That Holy Spirit, I'm almost, the way I cut up Egypt, I'm sure profanity.
She and he, they talking to you like you can't hear no other way.
Let me tell you, the holier than thou saints are gonna be mad at me about this, but I'm almost positive that them colorful words are slipping out when it comes to the way they sick of our shit.
Sick of it. Get it together. If they could use profanity, they would say,
bitch,
get
your motherfucker
now. So those things have happened. And then is there a word that's more harsh than that? I have been so to your point, I've heard so many people say that your assignment is so much bigger, and I'm like, I don't want to.
You don't want it?
No. Also, when I'm telling you I never placed that much value on myself, they talking to the wrong person. What you mean I do hair? What you mean I'm a healer? Have you heard of plant medicine? Mm-hmm. So I think we had this conversation. I tell you I had it done before.
Yes.
And the lady was like, oh, this what you are. And I
scared
was
the shit out you.
What came out of me was scary.
Yeah.
But I believed her, right? Because I'm like, all right, I keep hearing this. People are being weird saying this. People that I trust that know nothing about me. And so I feel like also we're all healers to a degree, right? We just have to be able to tap into it. We got to be able to not be fearful of it. We have to be able to not continue to run from it. And so I am leaning more into it being okay with the assignment, whatever that is. Yeah. Putting my hands up and saying I surrender to whatever that looks like today. Yeah. Do I stumble? Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Do I look and behave like a person that is not that? I wanted to wear a real short skirt last night. Didn't look much like a healer. I changed. But what I'm saying is you don't appear to be what your calling is a lot of times. Right?
Exactly.
And so I'm sure you get that often now.
Oh my God. What?
Mm-hmm. And so it challenges you. Yeah. You are also, not only are you challenged with healing yourself while doing it too. The great thing about that is healing yourself heals other people.
Absolutely.
Right? And so even if that is what my calling is, my project is me.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, shit.
You are your biggest project, right? If that is what the assignment is, and then that heals people, then you're doing what you're supposed to be doing.
You're doing exactly what you're supposed to be doing.
You're doing exactly what you're supposed to be doing. And this is even laughter. I don't know the Sherelle that people talk about. Yeah. I know the Sherelle that I have come to love in like 6 seconds. Like, what the fuck? Yeah. How do you love somebody so soon? Yeah. But you have always been that in whatever capacity. Yeah. Healing somebody through being a support system, through the journey that you are taking on now.
Yeah.
All of this, right? And I think that I'm sure you're scared. I'm scared.
Yeah,
right?
it's scary as shit. Because why do I have this? Why do I have to be a bigger person?
Oh, why? No, for real, because it takes me back to just questions that you ask yourself.
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
Have you been chosen?
Yeah.
How do you know that you've been chosen? It's also another question.
You can feel, no, for real, seriously. I can feel it. It comes to me and it's so scary. Nobody would believe me. I'm so glad that Black is there most of the time, because even he is like, nobody would not believe this about you. He sees it for himself. Like, it's the scariest thing, but I'm always up for it. And sometimes when I say that, I'm like, this shit is about to cause me some pain. This shit, I'm about to be in some shit that's gonna really, 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 really push me to the limit. But I'm supposed to be here because it's something in this shit that I'm supposed to be in this season. And so I love you so much. I'm so glad you came. This time went by so fast. I am so grateful that I got to meet you, and I'm so grateful that you are here helping me with my hair. I'm so grateful for our conversations. I'm sure that we'll do more things because I already know it's in the cards for us to do that. Tell the people how they can reach you, where you are, all of that stuff.
People.
Give them the shoulder, girl.
Oh, the shoulder.
Oh, you know me. You follow me.
You guys, hey guys, you can follow me on Instagram. My name, Egypt.Ami Wellness. And then also Egypt Ami Experience.
Yes.
You can also find me at Black and Forth. Where else? I would say that's it.
Egypt is the bomb. I love you so much. I thank you so much for this. And I'm so grateful to just how you are going to help me grow in ways that I don't even see, right? The things that I need to grow in and vice versa. And I'm also grateful that we get to challenge each other in a very respectful way. We have different opinions of things, and it's okay for us to have those conversations. So I value you. I value who you are. I value what you bring to the world, who you are to just not just me, but all of your clients. And I'm just grateful for you. So thank you for being here. Hey, y'all, thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for liking, sharing, subscribing the podcast. I don't know who this is for, but I'm sure that it helps someone. I thank you all so much for sharing me with your community. I really fucking appreciate that. Like, I can't even tell y'all how much I appreciate y'all. Y'all are helping me grow these numbers exponentially, and I'm so grateful for it. So I'll see y'all next time. Remember, continue to like, comment, share, review, all of those things. I'll see y'all next time. Mwah.
I don't know who this is for. It may be for you. It may even be for me, but it's for somebody. So tune in. Wow, you should really be proud of yourself. That took a lot for you to share that. The fact that you are here and you are sharing this is amazing. I'm so proud that you decided to do this with me. Listen, healing takes time. We probably die unhealed, but as long as we start doing the work,